The most important thing to come out of a mine is the miner. Everyone deserves to return home safely at the end of every shift. On December 10th, 2024, at 9:30 a.m., a serious near-miss incident occurred during crane assembly at Grosvenor Mine. A 40-ton Franna crane rolled over while moving a 20-ton crawler track. Fortunately, no one was injured. At the time of the incident, the crane was operating at more than twice its rated capacity. This event was preventable and highlights why planning, supervision, change management, and safe work practices matter. As the crane turned a corner, the suspended track swung like a pendulum, tipping the crane onto its side. A spotter narrowly escaped harm as the crane toppled. The boom also came dangerously close to a nearby 280-ton crawler crane, but remained attached to the load, preventing further damage. That morning, the crew had begun assembling the larger crane. After fitting the first track, they realized it was installed on the wrong side. Instead of following the OEM's self-installation procedure, the team decided to use the Franna for a pick-and-carry relocation. This change was never risk-assessed. The lift was misclassified as routine rather than critical, bypassing permits and the oversight of a qualified lift supervisor. Minutes before the rollover, the crane's overload alarms began sounding. The operator muted them and overrode safety systems. Moments later, the crane reached nearly 270% of capacity and tipped. The incident was not the result of a single poor decision, but rather a series of critical failures. Crane operators failed to properly assess the risks, thereby missing critical safety compliance steps. The investigation found multiple failures. Supervisory roles were unclear, and the lift supervisor was not on site. An outdated lift plan was used despite changes to the work. The load weight was recorded incorrectly. Risk assessments didn't reflect soft and uneven ground conditions. No change management process was followed. Safety systems were deliberately bypassed. The immediate risk and near misses included a falling boom nearly striking a spotter, the boom coming within meters of a 280-ton crawler and the crane operating far beyond safe limits, risking collapse. Key learnings. Never override safety systems. Silencing alarms directly enabled unsafe operation. Classify lifts correctly. Misclassifying this lift as routine removed critical checks and controls. Assess ground conditions. Uneven surfaces and potholes drastically increase tipping hazards. Select the right crane. Franna cranes are not suited for heavy pick-and-carry lifts on uneven ground. Hold pre-lift briefings. None occurred here, despite paperwork suggesting otherwise. Ensure competent supervision. Work should stop until a qualified supervisor is present. Safety is everyone's responsibility. Every job, every time. Shortcuts, unclear supervision, and bypassing controls put lives at risk. Workers and supervisors must feel empowered to stop the job if conditions change, or if a safer method exists. OEM and site procedures exist for a reason and must be followed without exception. A strong safety culture requires active accountability, rigorous oversight, and full compliance with known controls. If you are an operator, are you recording the correct load weight? Are you classifying lifts correctly, assessing ground conditions, and working within OEM specifications? If you are a rigger, are you confirming weights, using exclusion zones, and rigging safely? If you are a supervisor, is the lift correctly classified? Are controls in place? And have you inspected the work area? If you are a site risk owner, are you validating crane data, providing in-field oversight, and improving lifting procedures? Everyone has a role to play. Speak up, stop the job, and make the safe decision, so everyone goes home at the end of every shift.